God, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. All praise to Yahweh, Shalom, Mashak, Yahweh, it's really Ashala. Back to y'all with yet another precept. It's like another video. Giving, of course, all honor, glory, praise unto the Most High God, Yahweh, in the name of His only God's Son, Mashiach Yahweh Shah. Alright? So I'm going to get straight into this, man. So the topic of this video is going into how the riches of this world, the wealth of this world, really the vanity of this world is all going to go to naught, man. It's all going to go to naught because, as the scriptures say, right, and as we see in the world, that a lot of this wealth that comes by through vanity always diminishes. You know, it always diminishes. And I want to pull up an article real quick because me and brother Iowa was kind of talking about this last night, but basically all I looked up was NBA, how many NBA and NFL players go broke, right? How many of them go broke? And look what Google says. It says studies indicate that approximately 78% of NFL players face severe financial distress or bankruptcy within 2 years of retirement, and 60% of NBA players go broke within 5 years. All right. So why are, and again, a lot of these people that are going broke, that's in the NFL, the NBA. I mean, who's dominating in these fields? Who's dominating in the NBA, the NFL, right? Who's dominating in these sports? It's mainly our people, for sure. Mainly our people. So when it says 78% of NFL players, a large majority of NFL players are our people anyway. So that means that out of this 78%, hey, only the Most High really knows how many of those are actually Israelites. Probably a huge bunch. So what does that show you? It shows you that, guess what? This money that you make through vain means, it will diminish, man, sooner or later. And even if you are part of that percentage, that what is that, like the 22% that still holds on to their wealth to give down onto their kids, because that's true wealth. You can make it rich in your lifetime, right? You can make it rich in your lifetime, like the scriptures say, that you want to be able to give an inheritance to your children, right? That's really true wealth. But not every man can do that. Obviously, in this world right now, we don't have land. We don't have anything to really give, onto our children, unless it be maybe a house. You know what I'm saying? Hey, back then in the ancient world, we had allotted land, the inheritance that was passed down from generation to generation. You might have had farms, right? Cattle, servants that was passed down from generation to generation. When I say servants, I mean slaves of other nations, as it says in the book of Leviticus, right? That you may have an inheritance for your children and their children, right? That's literally, part of the inheritance that you would give down onto your children. And the scriptures talk about that, giving inheritance onto your children, man. So these NFL players, NBA players that make this money, they make millions. They're the so-called high value man, and they work all their life hard, practices, right? Long hours of exercise, of grinding, you know what I'm saying? Of having to play maybe, college football, college basketball, high school, middle school, all those years, and leads up to the big leagues, and they finally get their money. They may make millions of dollars, but as the studies indicate, a lot of them go broke. So what was the point of doing all of that? What was the point of breaking the Sabbath? Right? What was the point of breaking all these Sabbaths, man? Right? because you already know Saturdays, Friday nights, these are chief times in which, games or races or meets go on. Okay, like you look at track and field, the majority of the races are on Saturdays. Every time, majority of the races is always a Saturday, and some might be through the week, Wednesday, Thursday, but a lot of the times Saturday, right? Case when you look at the boxing world, same thing, right? It could be Friday night, Saturday night. Where we know that's not to be the Sabbath, but at the same time, you still got to prepare, right? But nevertheless, we see a lot of the times the chief times are really on the Sabbath. All right, and you best believe, even if you didn't have a game on Saturday, hey, you still have to do some exercise. You got to do some exercise. You got to work. You may have to go to practice on that day, whatever the case may be. So, what was the point of breaking all these feast days, the Sabbaths, right? The disregard of the Most High to perfect your craft in NFL and NBA, just literally just to go broke within 5 years, man. Right? And it says what? While exact numbers of individuals vary, these high percentages stem from sudden income stops, poor investments, and lavish lifestyles. You see that? Because you take Jake out of his lowest state, you give him millions of dollars, and now he doesn't know what to do with that. Right? He doesn't know what to do with that. What do they like to say? They like to say that wealth isn't just about money. It's about what you know, your mindset. Instead of buying into businesses, right? Instead of creating businesses and entrepreneurship, or investing in certain things like franchises, so that you can have a surety of a cash flow, whatever the case may be, right? You can invest in the S&P 500, right? You can invest in funds, whatever the case may be, ETFs, if you need be. But Jake, our people don't know about that. Some of them do, but you take Jake that's been working hard, solely focused on NBA, solely focused on NFL, solely focused on whatever sport that he's trying to get rich off of, and then years later go broke. Right? Now I want to get some precepts real quick. Right? I want to get some precepts real quick. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 34, and verse number 18. I just want to start verse 18. It says, "He that sacrificeth of a thing wrongfully gotten, his offering is ridiculous, and the gifts of unjust men are not accepted." Now, who's controlling the industries of the NFL, the NBA especially? Who owns these teams? Who owns the Dallas Mavericks? Who owns the Knicks? Who owns the Lakers? Who owns who owns these various teams? It would be, if we all know that answer, man, it would be Amalek. Amalek owns these things, man. And the money that they're giving you, the money that they're giving our people, it's really not that much money when you think about it, compared to how much they're making off of them, off of these teams, off the entertainment industry. They're not paying you anything when you compare it to how much they're making, when you compare it to how much their net worth is. While they're giving you millions, they're getting and they're generating billions of dollars. That's a very big difference between a millionaire and a billionaire. It doesn't sound like it, right? It doesn't sound like it. But a billionaire, literally, if you had $1 billion and you counted it one by one, You can correct me if I'm wrong. You can look it up. It literally, like, 1 billion seconds is equivalent to like over 11 years. That's $1 billion. You look at the likes of these people that own these teams, they're multi-billionaires, right? So he that sacrifice of a thing wrongfully gotten, his offering is ridiculous because he got it by unjust means. Getting your money through vain means, that's unjust. That's unjust means, man. Right? The Lord said in the book of Deuteronomy, in the law, he said, you shall not bring the price of a dog or the hire of a whore into the Lord's house, roughly paraphrasing. Now, what does that mean? That means a male, the money that a male prostitute may earn or a female prostitute may earn, you cannot give that money to the priest as an offering, man. Because that money is dirty. That money's tainted. It wasn't, as they say, not all money's good money. Because that money's tainted right there. The Lord doesn't accept that. Neither does the Lord accept the money from Amalek, man. When you sell out and you sell your soul, as it says in the book of Sirach, you know what I'm saying? Let's try to get that real quick. Right? He offereth his vows. Right? This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse number 9. Why is earth in ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. And, that goes into covetous as well. Right? That goes into, being covetous as well. Because a lot of us, we look at NBA, we look at boxing, we look at a lot of these sports as a way out of our financial distress. And in one sense, yeah, it is, right? You can literally go from being poor to being rich just by playing basketball, just by playing baseball, just by playing these various sports, or getting into the entertainment industry, making music, whatever the case may be. Yes, in a sense, you can get money like that. But is it by just means? When you get into the entertainment industry, man, right? There's plenty of history about that, where Amalek kind of makes you do, you know what I'm saying? What is it called? He kind of humiliates you, right? In various rituals that you might have to do. Even in the NBA, even in the NFL, whatever the case may be, right? You're going to have to break the Sabbath. You're going to have to, you can't profess yourself to be an Israelite, no. Or else he's going to take away the gift that he has given you. And he's going to slay you because, let's go, well, actually, I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm about to read that precept in Sirach, the 34th chapter. But let me finish this one right here. It says, there is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such an one setteth his own soul to sell, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels. Right? So a lot of us know, man, that the entertainment industry, whether that be in NFL, NBA, especially the music industry, right, and the adult film industry, whatever the case may be, right? There's a lot of aspects to it, right? Acting, right? You have to cast away your bowels, man, on a spiritual level and on the physical, right? On the spiritual level and on the physical, man. Right? So let's go back to Sirach chapter 34. And so is it worth it? Is it really worth it though? Right? Because the Lord said the sacrifice of a thing wrongfully gotten, that offering is ridiculous. It's not going to be accepted, man. Right? Verse number 19, the Most High is not pleased with the offerings of the wicked, neither is he pacified for sin by the multitude of sacrifices, man. Right? He's not pacified for sin by the multitude of sacrifices. right? And now that's going into something different. But the Most High is not pleased with the offerings of the wicked. All right. So now let's go down to verse number 21. Here's the point that I really want to get into. The bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood. Okay, who's the needy? Who's the poor? That would be our people, man. That's why they aspire to be these stars, to be actors, to be, basketball players, football, baseball, right? Soccer. We aspire to be like that, or music producers, the next rapper, because we know that through these avenues you could get rich quick. You could get a lot of money. You could get a lot of notoriety. You could get a lot of fame. You could move out of your financial distress, right? But the Lord said, he that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him. So we see, just like in the case of Floyd Mayweather recently, he's trying to sue this guy for this Amalekite, saying that he defrauded him of $175 million, right? You see, like I said, a lot of these people, man, going broke, losing money, right? Why? And why is that? Because Amalek controls it, man. Amalek controls all of that. Amalek has literally made people lose their jobs, lose their avenue of money, take away certain things from them, their freedom, lock them up, whatever the case may be, because they rebelled against Amalek, man. And so Amalek, he knows that. He knows this precept, man. If you take away your neighbor's living, you slay him, man. Right? It says, and he that defrauded the laborer of his hire is a bloodshedder. Right? If you take away a man's ability to provide for his family, you might as well kill him. That's what it's saying. So if we look at rappers, we look at, let's take, for example, Kyrie Irving. If Amalek really wanted to, he could have took away everything that Kyrie Irving had, man. The money, the signing, whatever team that he's on, that he's playing. Took him off of that. You know what I'm saying? Amalek has that power. Amalek could have took everything away from Nick Cannon when that situation was going on. Right? That's why he had to apologize. Because he knows that that Amalek has that power. So, knowing that, Amalek can take away your ability to provide for your family. And that's really what's going to slay you. He doesn't even have to kill you. He's going to slay you like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's deep. That's deep. And that's what's going on. Right? That's what's really going on, man. Behind closed doors. It says, when one buildeth and another pulleth down, what profit have they then but labor? When one prayeth and another curseth, whose voice will the Lord hear? All right? So that's going into something else. But all through the Spirit, I just want to bring that to our attention, man. That all these riches is like it's going to go to naught. It's vanity, man. Read about that in the book of Ecclesiastes, the 2nd chapter. Solomon, one of the richest men in the planet, said that all these riches is vanity, man. And he didn't even get it by unjust means. He didn't get it by signing with Amalek. So Amalek doesn't care about us, man. Right? Esau doesn't care about us. He can give you some money, give you some little money, but as soon as you step out of line, he's going to take it away and try to slay you by defrauding you of being able to provide, man. Right? But all through the Spirit power, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, as Peter said, hey, I don't have any money, man. Right? But what I have, I give unto you, which is the gift of life, right? Hey, the Lord doesn't care about your money, man, right? Riches profit not in the day of wrath. We all know that precept, right? And the Lord said that this truth is for free, right? This truth is for free, man. It's Isaiah chapter 55, verse number 1. Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that have no money, come ye buy and eat. Yea, come buy wine and milk without money and without price. We know this not talking about Esau, man. This can't be talking about Esau, right? He that have no money, that doesn't describe Esau at all, man. He has the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven from above, man. He that have no money, the Lord doesn't care about your financial situation. He has called rich and poor, namely to the poor. Namely to the poor. But you even have some, what I mean by rich and poor, you have Israelites in this walk from all different aspects of life, man. Some with different financial situations, but they still out here serving the Most High through truth and sincerity, right? And really, to be honest, we're all in the same economic situation, man. Because just being an Israelite in this world, you're already on a setback, right? Wherefore do you spend money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which satisfieth not? Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness, man. You don't want to spend money on what you really don't need. What does that mean in this case? Talking about, hey, look, if you got money, you want to buy the truth and sell it not, as it says in the book of Proverbs, man. Buy into the truth and sell it not. Don't give it away, right? And how do you buy it? It's not by actual money, dead presidents, man. By buying into it, giving time to it, giving your energy, right? That's how you buy into the truth, man. Giving your spirit onto it. So with that, all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Mashiach, Yahushua, Lord willing, this edifying through the spirit. From Yasha'Allah, Shalom.